Yo, what's up, people? Oh, I'm eating. It's your buddy Philko here, reporting live from your mama's house. Doing my thing as I usually do. Right now, I'm going to talk about domestic violence being decriminalized in Russia. And there was a vote in the parliament. 328 said to decriminalize it, and about 3 said not to decriminalize it, to leave it a crime. So soon, it may be way more acceptable in the eyes of the law to abuse your wife in Russia, or abuse, whatever you want to call it, hit, whatnot. Now I want to talk about this, and the first thing I want to say about this is I know a lot of people don't like it, but then again, if you're not Russia, if you're not Russian and you're not in Russia, it's kind of none of your business. I know a lot of people believe, oh, people are people and blah, 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 but no, you don't pay taxes here, you don't help people here, and the biggest thing about it is you don't understand the culture here. I've been here for a while, and I've heard, because I've lived in how many apartments? I can't count. At least 100 different apartments, from the traveling and the touring, and then there's the hotels, dude, many. How many times have I heard women getting beat? Numerous times. I specifically remember, I don't know if you guys remember that girl, Rizia. She was the redheaded girl I used to always make videos with. One time more than one time, but this one night, because I used to always think I was hearing someone getting hit upstairs, but I was never sure. But this one night, this dude, he wasn't having it. You know what I mean? She must have left the toilet seat down, something. And he was going off, beating the hell out of her. You know what her first response was? She started laughing. She was laughing. That was her first response. Now me, I didn't really give a shit, because my thing is, you married him. You married him, and I'll get to that later, but she was laughing. And I was like, oh, interesting. So we just started, I wasn't really laughing with her. I was laughing at the fact that she was laughing. So I was like, this girl's crazy. Now, I wasn't mad at her. If that's how she reacts, that's how she reacts, because she laughed at everything. But I was just in amazement that a woman was laughing at another woman get her ass beat. That's what it was. Now, if it was a guy, I'd be like, dude, you bugging. But because it was a girl, I was kind of like, wow, really? All right. I guess when you get married, you get fucked up. It's cool. That's what I'm thinking in my mind at that time. But the thing out here when it comes to Russian women is they're extremely gorgeous, they're extremely beautiful, and they're extremely feminine. So, in a way, I guess that makes guys feel a little that if they can overcome them mentally, hitting them would work easily, because they're so docile, so feminine, and so soft. They're very soft. Like, even this one girl I'm seeing now, she's my height. She's of a good size. She's not thick. I guess she's a little bit thick. She got an ass and stuff. I guess she's a little bit thick on Russian standards. And I honestly feel if we ever really got mad at each other, we got into a fight, she could cause serious damage to me. She can definitely cause serious damage. But I think, just because from her behavior, let's just say we were to get angry at each other and I pushed her, she would never even dream of hitting me back or seriously really defending herself. Because we were talking about it this morning. She was like, no, I'd never this and that. If I'm mad, I'll just sit there and let him yell and scream and all this stuff, and I'll just think about what I did. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit. It's like, you guys don't understand how many times I went out with girls here, and they're like, okay, what do you want to do? And they're like, you're the man, you decide what to do. And I'm like, why do I keep hearing that shit? It's like, why can't we decide together? Why can't we both say, okay, why can't we both just review restaurants that we've been to, talk about them, or go online and look up something together? This isn't like opening a door or carrying groceries. This is where we both comfortable going to eat. But a lot of women here, I think, are comfortable in that position of just being under the man. He runs and controls everything. I really, really think so. How? I really, really think so, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. And I don't have a problem with it. I do not have a problem with women seeing me as the dominant, the controller. I don't mind it. It's just, only thing I don't like about it is sometimes I want us to do the thing that would make us both happy. But they usually just want me to do what I want to do. And this girl I'm talking about that I was having this conversation with is so gorgeous. You wouldn't believe the kind of things she says to me. Like, I'd be like, hey, you want to come over tomorrow? She'll be like, okay. if you don't have anything better to do, I can come to you tomorrow. Or we'll go out somewhere and we'll be out and I'll be talking to other girls. Just because I have friends. I'm like, all right, baby, ready to go home? She goes, we can, but if you want to go with one of them, Phil, I don't mind. You can take them home. That's okay. I can come to you tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't know, man. And I've heard things like that, and it's just, I've spoke about this before about how I felt a lot of Russian women were too trusting and, you know, almost too just accepting of shit. You know, and it's just a different culture here, man. It's a different culture here. It's a different culture here. You know, like, for example, what's that shit? Like in America, what's that religion? Mormons? Don't they have numerous wives? Now, I think this is illegal. This can't happen here because, well, actually, they do have Mormons here teaching religion. Well, for example, if Mormonism were to pop off here, it would be easy for them to get wives. Extremely easy, many wives, extremely easy. Not just because of the culture, but only because there's so many fucking beautiful women and not that many beautiful men who can compete with the beauty of the women. So even if there's the same amount, there's a different level, period. You know what I mean? So that puts the women at a disadvantage here. And so they learn to accept the disadvantage. They go hard. They wear all this makeup. They go to the gym all the time. They try to look perfect. And it's unbelievable. And they're extremely feminine in order to try to get the best man they could possibly get. That's why they put up with, one of the reasons they put up with so much bullcrap. It's unbelievable. I can't tell you guys how many women that I used to talk to who try to talk to me, or I try to talk to them, or we try to talk to each other after the relationship, and like I'd get a message from her new boyfriend, or she'll tell me her new boyfriend or her new guy said, I can't talk to anymore, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what kind of dude? Like, no, I understand the dude, but it's like, oh yeah, I see what kind of dude he is. He's overly aggressive and extremely jealous. But a lot of women don't care about those things. You know, they like to be with a guy who's very protective, which is good, but there's a difference between protective and aggressive. A lot of women here don't even mind a man who's aggressive. They go somewhere, someone even looks at them wrong, he's ready to fight. And some of them don't mind that at all. And he's always just in this mood and he's ready to just dish out a beating. And she's like, yeah, I love this guy. Yeah, he's, you know, he's hardcore. He's a protector. He's a real man. He's a real man. Like my ex-girlfriend used to tell me, she would love to see two men fight over her. And I'm like, I'm not, like, after I heard her say that she'd love, I'm not fighting over you unless there's some physical danger at hand. Like, if some guy's flirting with you and you're flirting back, I'm not going to go fight him for you. I'm like, fuck you, and I'm going to just split. You know what I mean? Unless there's some physical danger, I'm not doing it. But they like that over-aggressive shit, but they get surprised when that over-aggressive shit is thrown back in their face and they get slapped. It's like, what do you expect? He's slapping everybody else. Why wouldn't he slap you when he's mad? Then, I didn't think he'd hit me. What, do you think you're Superwoman? You know what I mean? You're going to make mistakes. And what's going to happen when you make that mistake? They're not looking for the logical or the reasonable, rational dude. No. That's very rare. I will say that right now, and I don't care how Russian girls feel. I've been here long enough. It's way too uncommon in Russia that women, one of their priorities when finding a man or best shit in a man is rationality. Being fair, understandable, being able to control his emotions. That's not on the list of priorities in a man out here. It's not. So this law actually matches Russia in my opinion, because I've noticed this stuff ever since I got here. And I've noticed that ever since I got here, on average, they don't care about that stuff. So, I don't know, you can leave your opinion on this, but that's what I think. And so if any women, Russian girls don't like this video, let me know. You say, well, I'm not like that. Well, that's you. I'm talking about on average. I've been here for a minute, and these women don't look for a guy who can control his emotions so much. They don't really look for that shit. And I'm out, people. Later.